Lessons journey.
Are you serious? Are you serious, guys? Just breaking in right now. Some information. It's very important, and I think we just got to touch on it. The Supreme Court. What's the odds of this? But while you have Supreme Court nominee Amy Coney Barrett being questioned in the confirmation hearing, especially on her position of potentially abortion as well as Obamacare and election. How would she handle if this election goes into overtime and it has to be decided by the Supreme Court? Having said that, I'm dropping the phone. Having said that, today the Supreme Court just made a decision not to hear the funding to Planned Parenthood, a lawsuit filed by the state of South Carolina. South Carolina does not want to pay for Medicaid patients to seek any type of medical care at Planned Parenthood or abortion clinics. And they feel like they don't want this. They passed a law that they didn't have to. Of course, that law has moved its way to the Supreme Court. Today, Chief Justice John Roberts decided not to hear the case. And actually, Brett Kavanaugh also agreed with him, as well as the four other justices. So it ended up being a 6-2, because you only got 8 people in the court right now. 6-2 not to hear the case. So what does that mean? Does that give us an idea of where the court's going? Or did they not want this case? They want cases that are much more important as it relates to this subject. And that is what we don't know. But that was amazing about this, is that was part of the questioning that Amy Barrett was getting, is how would she rule if this comes to the table? The South Carolina case in particular, she would not, of course, show her hand. And then today, Roberts announces, we're not even going to hear this case. We don't even want to hear it. So some people are going to be upset at Justice Roberts. But the question is Roberts letting that go because he's playing a bigger hand? And no one knows for sure how that's going to play out. Let me put a shout out real fast, though, for this. www.sendmejesus.com. That's www.sendmejesus.com. It's a free coin, and all you do is pay for the shipping of it. Check it out at www.sendmejesus.com. That's www.sendmejesus.com. And it's free. You pay for the postage, and they'll send you the coin. It's known as the Christ, the Lord's Supper coin. Okay? So anyway, we don't know how this is going to play out right now. We're going to wait and see. But Roberts has ruled 2 or 3 times in the opposite direction that the conservative justices would be expected to rule. What does this mean going down the future? Well, one thing is the court will be 6-3, and even if Roberts doesn't want to go on that direction, the conservatives would still win the votes 5-4. But remember this, the Chief Justice has the power to determine whether or not a Supreme Court case can be heard. So he could always just keep saying, we're not going to hear it, we're not going to hear it, we're not going to hear it. So let's wait and see how this all plays out. I think a lot of people are very interested in seeing what's going to happen when it comes to Roe v. Wade long term with this new court. Or what's going to happen with the election in case it goes to overtime and we don't have a winner. There's a lot on the line here. And Obamacare, what's going to happen to Obamacare if the Supreme Court has to hear this again? So there's a lot on the line. We're going to continue to watch what's going on. God bless all of you. And Miss CD got your email. We're looking into that. God bless all of you. And I'll be back with more current world events. We're on our way to Birmingham, Alabama for a great time down there. I'll be there Sunday morning, October the 18th. I'll be preaching that morning. I tell you what, I hope all of you down in the South are going to make your way to the Solid Rock Church, Birmingham, Alabama. You will have a great time when you get there. God bless all.